Okay.
So I have a problem statement today, and that problem statement is I want my application to be executed from two IP addresses or to be accessed by two IP addresses. Okay. So the problem statement is need to access application from two IP addresses. Okay. So such type of requirements may come into the picture in many of the organizations on the basis of case-to-case application. Okay, so few applications will be there where the vendors will ask you to have two IP addresses instead of one to your EC2 instances specifically. So how can you achieve this? That is the question, right? To
Yes.
achieve this, there's a way. Let's do it. Okay, how will we do it? We will go first to the EC2 instance and we will launch one EC2 instance first, and then we'll see. Okay, they have changed the console. AWS has changed the console, right? Earlier it was not like this, but yeah, that looks good. Okay, fine. Here we go, launch instance, and I will add something. I will say, let's make it a web server. Okay, we'll be sorted. And Amazon Linux we can use, that is fine. Any operating we can use, any operating system we can use, that is fine. AMI we can keep. Amazon Linux 2023 t2.micro instance type we have. We'll go and okay, instead of this, let me do one thing. I don't have the key pair of
The the screen freezes by. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
hello.
Yes,
Can
I
you hear
can
me?
hear you now.
Okay.
Yes.
Seems like there was some internet issue in between, but yeah, that looks to be fine. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do, we will launch one EC2 instance and then we'll see how can we tackle this out. So here we go. I will say it as a web server. Here I go. Amazon Linux I can use. Okay, and Amazon Linux 2023 AMI I can use. Any operating system we can have, the process is gonna be same. So we should not be worried about it. So here I go, description also will be same, instance type will be same, t2.micro key pair we will be keeping. This is the key pair which is available to us. Okay, existing security group we can use. And here we already have a web server security group. Here we go, and here we go GP2 to GP3 or anyone we can use. We are fine. Okay, and here I go. What I will do, I will go here and I will write down few steps to make it as a web server. But let me do one thing today. Okay, I will not use user data. I will launch one instance and then we will host a exactly new website. Okay, this is my target. Like a real-time
Okay.
website today we will be hosting. Okay, that is my target. Let's keep it on the basis of the real-time scenario itself. How will we do? I will just go here. Here we can see the public IP, right? I will copy this. Keep here. I will be connecting this machine. Okay, here we have this open, accept. I'll increase the font so that you can have a clear picture. The username is EC2-user. Okay, Now we are logged in as a EC2 hyphen user. I will switch it to sudo su hyphen as a root. Okay, now I am as a root. Hash is also being here, and I am at the home directory of root. Okay, I'm good. Now, what we were doing to make it as a web server, if there are certain commands, right? So the one is yum
Yes.
update hyphen y. It means I want to update this operating system. So there is nothing to do. Everything is updated. That looks good. I will install a package. How will I install? I will say yum install httpd. Okay, Apache I want to install. I will press enter. Now it is telling this is of 6.9 MB. Would you like to download and install? I will say yes. And I proceed it. Okay, it got installed. That also looks good. Now, next is I need to start the services. How will I start? I will say systemctl start and I will say httpd. Okay, so services are start. I will also enable the services so that if we reboot this EC2 instance, its services should remain in running status. So that's why I have enabled this. That looks good. Now, what I want here, I would like to change a bit of statement. Need to access application. Here I will say need to access a real-time website. A real-time website means a website which may be live. Okay, so or a critical, we can say a real-time critical website from two IP addresses. Okay, so that's what the requirement is. So now what we have done, we have installed the Apache. If I just go here to this particular public IP, I will just go, I will open this. Here it should show me the default page it is showing, right? But what I want to have a real-time website. To have a real-time website, what do we need? I will be needing a developer who can write down the code of the website for me, right? Maybe in HTML
Yes.
or any other language. But now I don't have a developer. Neither you are the developer, nor I have any other person who is sitting beside me who can write down the code for me. Okay. So what I will do, I will take the help from internet. I will go over the internet and I will say website free template download. Okay. And here the first link will open. I will just go here and here I can see multiple websites are being here. Okay. Maybe like this. So what I want here, if I go, okay, this is a website here. We can see this is being written in HTML and I'm good with it. What I will do, I will right click on this. I will say copy link address. I'll go here. I will say wget and I will paste down this link. Okay. Once I paste down this link, then what will happen? Wget will help us to download the content from that particular link. Okay. So now if I do after clearing screen, let me see what is there. If I do ls, I can see this particular zip file is being downloaded now, little fashion, right? Now there is a
Yeah.
command in Windows as well. What we do when we have the zip file, we used to right click and extract it, right? Similarly, in Linux, what we will do, we will say unzip. We want to unzip this folder. So how will we unzip? We pass this unzip. I will copy the file name or I will paste it and I will say enter. So once I press enter, see here it has been extracted as this, right? Now what I will do,
Yes.
I will go into this particular folder CD2127 little fashion and press enter. Now I'm inside this particular folder. So like in Windows, what we do, we double click and get enter inside a folder, right? So similarly here in Linux, we call it as a directory. And to go inside a directory, we will be needing this. Okay, we need to use CD. CD is a change directory. Okay, and then the folder or directory name, and that's how we enter into Linux. Now, if I say ls, okay, in Windows, when we double click it by default, it's a GUI. It will show us what and all files are available. Here, if we want to see what are the content available into that particular directory, then we need to execute this command ls listing. Ls is for list. Okay, we want to list down what and all is being available. So here we can see all these files are being written as part of this particular code which we got downloaded, right? So
Yes.
maybe
Yep.
if we could have any particular developer, he could have helped us to write down this particular code. But now developer is not with us, so we have taken the help from internet and using a predefined template. Yeah, please ask. You're asking something?
No, I didn't.
Okay, fine. So now here we have. Now what I will do, okay, if you remember, we were using echo command earlier and we used to get some of the data moved, right? Or like we were writing some content there. What was that
Yes.
location? So that location is right now what we will do, we will you say move, MV for move. What do you want to move? You want to move everything. Where you want to move? We want to move to var, tub, and HTML. Okay. This is the location where in Apache or HTTPD we keep our document root, okay, or we can say the code files which your developer has written. Okay, now I will press enter. So if everything whatever was being here, it has been moved to this particular location. So now if I will do ls here, then you can see nothing is there. All the files which were here inside this particular folder has now been moved to this particular location. Now, if I want to see, I can say cd and I will say var html. So now my location has been changed. I am inside the HTML folder. Okay. How? If I want to know where I am,
Yes.
I can do pwd print working directly. So it will show me here you are in under root there is a var, then then HTML you are at this location. So now if I will do ls, then see all these files are being same and this has been copied perfectly. Right? Any questions till
Yes.
the time?
No. No, I got it.
Okay, fine. Now if I just go here and if I refresh this, okay, see what will happen. Your website is getting accessed. Okay, like the website you can have a developer written or maybe the website of an organization. So similarly, one particular website is being running on your EC2 instance at this moment of time. That's what the expectation was, right? Now,
Yes.
here the statement is getting changed. Okay, first one, creating like what we have done till the time, right? Okay, so the one is creating a real-time website in EC2 instance, right? That's what we have done. Now, second thing is, I want this particular website to get accessed from two IP addresses. Okay, at this moment of time, this is getting accessed from one particular IP address. Maybe there are chances this is due to like these IP addresses are getting mapped to the network interfaces basically. So there are chances this network interface may have some sort of issues or, you know, it is not accessible or it get, flooded, anything such happens. So in those scenarios, the request could be you want to get this website accessed from two IP address. How can you get it, right? So in such scenario, what we will do, we will go here to the EC2 instance. And here in networking, you can see something, okay? While you go here in networking, you can see, if you will scroll down, this is a network interface. So if you go to this network interface, here you are able to see this is the public IP and this is the private IP, which is associated with your EC2 instance. Okay, this is the VPC ID, subnet ID, everything delete on termination. If you will delete the instance, it will also get terminated. And source and destination check, we will talk about this. This is will be in your VPC and we'll talk about this. And here we have interface type is elastic network interface and your elastic network is attached with your this security group. This is a really tricky component, elastic network interface. So now if I go here, okay, into the actions, here if I just go, let me go to instance settings, okay, and let me try to find out one particular option in terms of IP address if it is being available. Okay, sorry, I will go to the networking. And if I go to networking, here we have something that is known as manage IP addresses, right? Now, here we have, okay, what I will do, allow secondary private IP address to be reassigned. I will tick on this. Okay. Oh, sorry, not that is to be reassigned. I will click on this, okay, assign new IP address, and I will say, okay, here it is auto assigned, and I am good. Okay, and I will say click on save. I will say assign one auto assigned IP address to the network interface. I will say confirm. Okay, so now once I click on confirm, here I will go, I will refresh it. And once I refresh it, then here, once again, this is the private IP address. 1 second, let me scroll down. Are we able to see anything? Secondary IP address? No, right?
No.
Once again, let me go here to the networking. Yeah, here we can see, right? This is the private IP address 90.32, and this is a different IP address 83.251, right? If I just go here, okay, on your EC2 instance, or here if I try to do something, curl is a command if you want to see the output through the command line, okay? And if I press here enter, so see, your website default page is getting open, right? If I clear this out, okay, and now I want to see from secondary IP address. Okay, again I will say curl, and here let me paste it 83.251. So see, your website is getting accessed here also, right, onto this particular IP addresses as well. So it means at this moment of time, your website is getting accessed on both of the IP addresses, right? This is getting accessed.
Yes. Bless you.
But now
Yes.
I have a concern. I have a concern. So concern is here that is fine, but these are the private IP addresses which we have. Okay, these are the private IP addresses which we have. Instead of private IP address, what I want to get this access over the public IP address. This is my need. Okay, private IP address is fine, but I want to have a public IP address. How can I do this? So to have this, what I will do, I would like to talk something that is being known as your elastic IP. Okay, I would like to talk
Yes.
about the elastic IP. So what happened? This is when you stop and start your EC2 instance, its public IP gets changed. Okay, what happened? Its public IP gets changed. Maybe if I just go here, we can see this public IP, right? 124.35. Okay, let me write it down anywhere. Okay, this is the public IP at this moment of time. So see what will happen. What I will do, let me go here and let me stop this instance. You will be able to see something. Okay, as soon as you will stop your EC2 instance, see what will happen. Let it get stopped. See, it got stopped. See, public IP address is gone.
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as you stop your EC2 instance, your public IP address is gone. So in those scenarios, if you will start again, okay, it will have a different IP address. See, this is the different IP address than your previous one. Previous one was this, and now this, right? So IP address has been changed. So when you stop and start, your IP address may get changed. Not may, it will definitely get changed. Now,
Okay.
if you need a fixed public IP for your instance, you need an elastic IP. Okay. If you need a fixed public IP for your instance, you need an elastic IP. If, although the organization never wants you to have an elastic IP, okay, but sometimes due to some architecture, due to some need, you may be needing to use elastic IP addresses. Okay, so if in your infrastructure, if you want to use a static IP address, in those scenarios, you will be needing to use an elastic IP address. Okay.
Yes. Got it.
If you don't need an elastic IP, you can release it. Okay. If you will not release, and not using anywhere, okay, costing will still be applicable. Okay, so if you are not using your elastic IP address, please get them released, else costing will be there. You can attach it to one instance at a time. Okay, one IP address can be attached to one EC2 instance only. Okay, in one AWS account, only 5 elastic IP could be used. Okay, although you can ask AWS to increase if 5 is being utilized. If you have used 5, okay, please, you can please ask AWS to get this limit increased. AWS can do it for you. Okay, so now let me go here, and here we have something that below, if I go here, we are able to find this elastic IP address. Okay, so here what I need to do, I will click on allocate, and here in which region you want to have it, that is US 1 East 1. If you go here it is US East 1. Okay, so US East 1 you need to select, and tag also, if you want to give, you can give the tag. Maybe I would like to give it a name as secondary. Okay, and I will say allocate. Okay, so now we can see this elastic IP address is being available. If I'll be refreshing this. This is the IP address. Okay, and here we can see this is not associated with anyone. Association ID, nothing is there. Okay, so what we can do, we can associate it. How will we associate? Let me try to do one thing. Okay, here I go to EC2 instance, and if you remember, sometime back only we associated one IP address, right? So this is the public IP address 24104 already available. I will go to actions. I will go to instance settings, and I will go to networking. I will say manage IP address. And once I go to manage IP address, here I go, and can I try to put this IP address here? Let me give it a try. Okay. Mm-hmm. 34. Can I type here anything? See, it is not providing me that functionality to us type anything here. Okay.
Yes.
It means here it can't be like we can have one public IP address, and second one is we can have one elastic IP address. That functionality is not there. Okay. Now, what is another way? So another way is, if I have this elastic IP address, what I can do, I can allocate this. See here, it is asking me to associate this elastic IP address. If I want to associate, with whom I want to associate? I want to associate with an instance. This instance is running up, right? And which is a private IP address. Two private IP addresses are being there. If I just go here, the one is 24.10, oh sorry, 90.32, right? 90.32 is mapped with this. Let me try to map to secondary one, 83.251. Okay, and here I will say associate. So now if I say associate, now I will go here and let me refresh this. Let me see. Here, if I just go, okay. So here we have this, okay, 5024.104, that is this. Let me go here into the networking. Here we will have more picture, probably more clear picture. So public IP address here, secondary IP address is here. Here also it will show us. Once again. Let me refresh once again. As an elastic IP address, it should show us. Okay, here I go. So this see 34.231, this is there, 54.205, this is there. So here if I just go and if I will be pasting this, so see, your website is getting open. Okay, now I will go, I will copy another IP address, which is the elastic IP address, right? Here. This is the elastic IP address. I will go here. I will paste it. I will press enter. See, this one is not getting. Okay, 1 second. HTTP. I want to access this on HTTP. So see, this one also got opened, right? So it means now your website is getting opened on two IP addresses with the help of one network interface.
Okay.
Here.
Yes.
Okay. Basically, what is happening? Let me try to explain you with the help of a diagram at this moment of time. Okay. So basically, this is your EC2 instance. Okay. And with this EC2 instance, in your laptop, there are NIC cards, right? NIC cards are network interface cards, basically. So similarly, here also we have the network interfaces, and network interfaces are your logical interfaces, basically, here in cloud. So here, what we did, okay, we created this network interface, and this is being associated with it. And with this particular one, there are two IP addresses which are attached, right?
Yes.
But and all are there. Here Wi-Fi go. The one is this. Okay. The another one is this. So basically two IP addresses are being attached, right? This is how this is being configured, right? At this moment of time here, if I go, I will say with laptop. If I just get this guy copied. I'll go here, and this is your EC2, right? Now, the approach which we have followed at this moment of time, this approach doesn't people follow in the organization. Okay, this is hardly you will be able to see the people follow this approach. What people used to do, okay, or what is actually you need to do. Basically, that is fine. You followed this approach. Okay, you can also do one thing. What there is one network interface card. Okay, what is this? This is your network interface. Network interface. This is your network interface. Okay, what you can do, you can create one more network interface. Okay, and after creating this network interface, you can associate this with your EC2 instance. And after associating with this, what you can do, you can attach one particular IP address with this. Okay, that should also be your public IP address. Okay, so now what will happen? Now, if in case it will provide you redundancy or fault tolerance, I can say, if in case this network interface will goes down, then this is the one which will serve your traffic. Okay, this is how we used to set up the architecture in any particular organization. So instead of setting two IP addresses at one network interfaces, you can have one network interfaces with one IP, another network interfaces with another IP. This is the right approach which you should follow. You are not needing to use this, the one which we followed at this moment of time. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So at this moment of time, what we did, okay, so access the website using two IP addresses with one network interface. Okay. For
But you already said like we don't use this a lot in companies and everything. But why do we need to access our EC2 with two IP addresses? Like why there is a need of it?
sometimes it will be a request. Okay. Sometimes such requests come in where such applications you will be able to find where they need to have the two IP addresses for the redundancy, for the fault tolerance, and for any other way. You may be
Okay.
needing this. Okay. In those scenarios, we have to set it up. It's an advanced thing. I don't think like trainers used to cover this, but yeah, we can do this. Okay. So now
I got it.
what we are doing, access the website using two IP addresses with one network interfaces. This is also we have covered. Now fourth one is we need to cover access the website using two IP addresses with two network interfaces. Okay. So instead of one, what we'll be doing, we will be using two IP
So
addresses. Okay. This is what the actual requirement is. Okay. So
okay.
how will we do that? One more thing. Okay. Do you know about the network interfaces? You know what are the network
Mm,
interfaces?
not a lot. I was thinking to search it after the class.
Okay, you could have asked what are the network interfaces basically?
I think the only thing I can think of is it's a type of software or that connects device, any particular device
No.
to the network.
See, we call it as a ENI here, Elastic Network Interfaces. Okay, it's a
Okay.
virtual network card. Okay, ENI is a virtual network card. See, if I just go here and if I would like to show you NIC card, okay, for laptop, if I then see 1 second images. See, like this type of slot will be there in your laptop, right? Okay, we also call it as a
Yes.
LAN card, right? So similarly in servers also we used to have this NIC card. So similarly here in AWS we have a logical card. which we can manage with the help of console, and we can get this created. We call it as a elastic network interfaces. Okay. So
Okay.
here ENI is a virtual network card basically. And elastic network interface can have one primary, private, or elastic IP and a MAC address. Okay, so it can have one primary, private, or elastic IP and one MAC address. Your elastic network interface is bounded to specific availability zone. Okay, ENI is bounded to specific availability zone. You can create elastic network interfaces dependently. Okay, what you can do, you can attach, you can create elastic network interfaces independently and attach to them on any EC2 instance. Okay, what you can do, you can create them independently and attach to any of the EC2 instance. So this is what we have to do now. What we have to do, we have to create one elastic network interface and we have to attach with our EC2 instance, and we will have one elastic IP address with this elastic network interface. This is what the requirement is. Are you clear?
Yes.
Okay. How will we do that? To do this, here I will go and let me go here first. Okay, we have this elastic network interface. I will select this and I will say disassociate elastic IP address. I will disassociate this first. Okay, this is the first thing I have done. To simplify it, I can also do one thing. Okay, here we attached one secondary IP address, right? So let me release this that one as well. I just want to keep it simple. I don't want to show you something. Okay, unassigned. See, when we attach the elastic network interface, then automatically this IP came up here. So I have done this unassigned. I will say confirm. So now there will not be any secondary IP address. If I just go to networking, network interface, private IP address is there. Secondary, is it there? No. Okay, nothing is there, right? I'm good. Now, what I will do, I will, I hope you're understanding this, right? It is not going above the mind.
No, I'm understanding it, but I need to search it more.
Okay, fine. You can go through the
Yeah,
video.
I'm gonna go through the. Yeah.
Okay, so fine. What we need to do here, if I just go and here into the networking, I am able to see this particular one network interface is there. Only one network interface is there. Okay, and another thing is here we need to see this is the US East 1C availability zone. Okay, the availability zone is US East 1C. Availability zones are your data center itself, right? So
Yes. Yep.
if this particular EC2 instance is running in US East 1C, then network interface also we need to deploy in US East 1C only. Okay, how can we do that? To do that, here I will go in the left, we can see something that is known as network interfaces. So I will click on this network interfaces, I will go here, and once I go here, I can see one network interface is there. That is fine. What I will do, I will say create network interface. And here I will give it a name as secondary network interface. Okay. Now it is asking us the subnet. Okay. So subnet is the same subnet which we have in US East 1C because our EC2 instance also belongs to the US East 1C. Okay, so subnet ID will also be same. That is at the end we can see 4AB. Here if I go and here if I want to see the subnet ID, probably here I should be able to see, yeah, 4AB, right? So same subnet ID we need to choose where our EC2 instances. So here I have selected the subnet. private IP, I say auto, and here we can use the same security group that is for web server, as it will block the traffic. Okay, and I can give it a name, tag as name secondary ENI. I can say name also I have given, right. Okay, secondary ENI. Let me say. Okay, here I'll go. I will say create network interface. So now we can see secondary network interface has been created, which is in available state, and it only has the private IP address associated, but it doesn't have public IP, right? So what I need to do, I
Yes.
need to have the public IP address also here. How can I have it? To have the public IP, I will go to actions and I will say, either I can say manage IP address. Okay, so this I can do, or I have another option. But another option, I will go to the elastic IP. I already have an elastic IP, right? So I will select this out. I will say associate elastic IP, and I will say associate with the network interface. Which network interface? We have the secondary ANI, and if I'll click, it will show me this is the IP address, private IP address associated with this elastic secondary ENI, and I will say associate. So once I click on associate, now again, if I will go to the network interface, if I'll just go and refresh this, here I am should be able to see here. Okay. So this is the public IP and this is the private IP. Both of them are being associated here. So now I will select this. I will go to actions. I will say attach, and after attaching, I will say choose a VPC. Like this is a VPC in which we have created this, and this is the web server. Okay, the selected does not support ENA Express. Okay, I don't need this ENA Express, sorry. So that is fine. VPC, and this is the instance ID, and I will say attach. So now it has been attached. If I just go to here instance, I will be refreshing the web page. Once I'll be refreshing the web page, here I go, and here if I go to the networking, see two private IP addresses we are able to see, right? Okay, public
Yes.
IP is this 24.104, and 1 second, am I able to see the elastic IP? No. Earlier oh sorry, maybe in details we should be able to see private IP. This is the public IP, and here we have the elastic IP. Okay, so two IP addresses are here. If you go to the networking, here you should be able to see two ENIs. Device index is one is 0, the another one is 1. This is the secondary ENI. These both are public ENIs. You can get them accessed from these. You can just go here, enter. You are able to see the website, right? Okay, from here, if I just go to another IP address, I will copy, and here also let me give it a try. So see here also my website is getting opened. Okay, so this is how we can achieve accessing of any particular application or website using two IP addresses with two elastic network interfaces in AWS. This is a high level of practical. Okay, I hardly believe you will be able to find it anywhere over the internet or anywhere. Okay, but this is a high level.
Okay, got it.
If you have any
I'll
questions,
I'll
you can
just
ask.
I'll just watch our video again.
Yeah, sure.
No,
Okay,